The Consoling Thoughts of St. Francis de Sales. Consoling thoughts on trials of an interior life, infirmities of soul and body, etc. Chapter 2. Whence our miseries come. Our first misery is that we esteem ourselves. If we fall into any sin or imperfection, we are astonished, troubled, impatient, simply because we thought there was something good, resolute, solid within us. And therefore, when we find that there was no such thing, we are grieved and offended at having deceived ourselves. If we knew ourselves as we really are, instead of being amazed to see ourselves prostrate on the ground, we should be surprised to see ourselves stand for a single day, or even for 1 hour. Endeavor to perform your actions perfectly, and having done this, think no more about them. But think of what you have yet to do, advancing with simplicity in the way of God, without tormenting your mind. It is necessary to detest your defects, not with a detestation of trouble and vexation, but with a tranquil detestation, to behold them with patience, and to make them serve to lower you in your own esteem. Regard your faults with more compassion than indignation, more humility than severity, and preserve your heart full of a sweet, calm, peaceful love. Our second misery is that we love ourselves. If we have not sensible consolations, we are sad. If we meet with some difficulties in our just undertakings, we are filled with uneasiness to overcome them, because we are attached to our consolations, our comfort, and our convenience. We only wish for honey in the service of God, and do not look to Jesus prostrate on the earth, sweating blood through the effect of his interior desolation. We refuse to understand that as dry jams are the best, so the actions we perform in dryness are more meritorious in the sight of God than those which we perform in consolation. God does not wish that we should enjoy the luxury of our faith, our hope, or our charity, unless an absolute necessity requires it. We possess those virtues, nevertheless, but we are like a child, deprived by its tutor of the management of its possessions. How happy we are to be thus weaned and deterred by our celestial tutor. It is our duty to adore this amiable providence by casting ourselves into its arms. No, Lord, I do not wish for the enjoyment of my faith, my hope, or my charity, unless to say to Thee in truth, though without sensible satisfaction, that I would rather die than forsake my faith, my hope, or my charity. Lord, if it be Thy good pleasure that I experience no pleasure in the practice of virtue, I acquiesce therein with all my will. Whenever any pain befalls us, we must receive it with calm submission to the good pleasure of God. When any matter of joy happens to us, we must receive it peacefully, with moderation of mind, and without being too much elated. Here ends the reading of chapter 2. Thanks be to God.